I have a concern on the issue of popping fireworks inside the city of Socorro. As it is permitted under one of the sections that I'm not really ready to mention it, but it is included. Is this a request from the fireworks sellers, or is your deal, Mr. Norfield? Is your responsibility?
Well, actually, no. It was my original item, but since council approved it, it then got thrown to administration. But if you remember, 2 weeks ago, I sponsored the item for fireworks.
Yeah, I know that. Yes.
So once council took action on it as a body, it then directed the administration by the votes and by it passing council for administration to pursue it. So although he authored it, so I guess any questions you have, you can direct them towards me and I can answer them since I was the one who authored the item.
Okay, so is this a request by business owners on regards to fireworks, or that's your bill?
Actually, this as you remember historically, this ordinance has been in place for 4 or 5 years.
7 years.
7 years. And everybody, and I remember being first coming on council and asking our city attorney and saying, it doesn't really make sense. We're going to sell them, but then we're going to prohibit everybody from popping them. And the attorney said, don't worry about it. We're just doing it for liability reasons. That's the only reason we include that. But of course, everybody's going to pop. And as all of you know, in the past 7 years, everybody has popped in the city of Socorro without any fear of law enforcement. That long-standing tradition came into conflict last year when the county banned fireworks through the whole county, which had never been done before. So it then took this what I would call a little boy ordinance and drew it into conflict with the county. And so everything proceeded as normal. What this ordinance does, Mr. Lopez, is it addresses all the mistakes that were there last year in anticipation that the county may ban fireworks again. The county has not banned fireworks this year yet. They have a fire burn, which is different from a fireworks ban. And normally when they do a fireworks ban, they'll do that about a month and a half before the fireworks season. So what this ordinance attempts to do is, before they ban fireworks again, if they do, we need to clean up all the issues that we had last year. One of the biggest issues that the county brought to our attention was they said, we're trying to prevent fires. What this ordinance does for the first time, regardless if they have a ban or not, is it will prohibit the sale, not just the popping, the sale of all fireworks that go up and come back down. And you'll see that in section 6, which says that anything like a bottle rocket, basically anything that you light that goes up, and it has a potential for coming back down to earth lit. And that's something that's, again, that even if the county decides not to ban them, we'll still have that regulation in place, which I think is a good idea. Now, we know through many different types of surveys that the ones that pop in the air, they don't come back to earth lit. The ones like bottle rockets that have a stick or a fin, they do have the potential for coming back to earth. So we've addressed that concern by the county, that properties may catch on fire by these fireworks that go up and come back down somewhere that nobody knows. And that's addressed in section 6. We also had the issue last year of people popping on right-of-ways. So the issue was, how do we fix that? Because we don't want people popping on right-of-ways. Well, we've allowed the vendors to create safe zones. This is attractive to vendors because if they clear a property next to their stand of all debris, and they have to have a fire suppression plan approved by the city. And normally, what I've heard in different cities where they use this is they'll actually make people sign waivers because they're going on private property owned by the vendors. What that does is, after you pop your fireworks, well then there's a fireworks stand right there, so you go and you buy more fireworks. So it's economically advantageous to these firework vendors to set up safe zones. We've also allowed for the ability that if we wanted to do our own fireworks displays, we could create our own safe zones. So we address, again, it's all about addressing what were the problems last year and how do we fix them. The next issue that we came across was again, going back to this old historical where we're going to sell, but we're not going to allow you to pop. Well, that seems silly. I mean, everybody knows that defies common sense. So if we're going to allow people to buy, then there should be some ability to pop. For instance, There are a lot of families. We're one of the youngest communities here in El Paso County. Our workforce, as Redco has pointed out recently in Newscast, has shown that we're the youngest area here in the county. We have a lot of young families. So it seems silly to not allow people to buy children's fireworks and pop them at home, whether it be sparklers or little smoke bombs. And so what we've allowed is we've allowed the planning and zoning director in section 11 to create a list of approved fireworks meant for children, meant for families to enjoy celebrating the holiday. So this ordinance, the reason we're taking it up is we don't want to get caught like we did last year with an ordinance that's outdated. That was the purpose and the intent. So no, the vendors did not approach me to put this ordinance through. This was just something that I saw that was a mistake last year, that we had mistakes last year, and me being proactive trying to correct those mistakes before we get to the problem.
If I may, basically in essence what you're saying is not only sell the fireworks, but control fireworks. And that's the reason that all these cities falter in their ordinance about fireworks. Here it kills a bird, two birds with one stone.
I could have put it
You
better.
can sell them and control them at the same time, which is basically what we're looking at.
So every person who desires or wish to fireworks, they're going to come to the city of Socorro, to see Mr. Leone for a permit.
No, Mr. Did you read the ordinance, Mr. Lopez?
I'm reading it.
Okay, because nowhere in the ordinance does it say that. So I wonder why you asked that question.
The Socorro Planning and Zoning Director is authorized to develop a list of non-explosive devices and develop the list of approved, And
It's not la.
Okay, so that is over here, section 11.
Yes. Where do you get that anybody from El Paso can come in here and get a permit to pop fireworks from the planning and zoning director? Where in that paragraph did you read that? That everybody from El Paso can come get a permit to pop fireworks.
It is devices which might be ignited on residential property under the control and supervision of an adult.
Are you still on section 11 or have you moved?
Section 11.
Okay, where are you at?
Section 11.
Okay. Read it again. The part that's confusing me.
And it's continuing on developing the list of approved and permitted devices and planning and zoning director shall be guided by the intent of the city council, which is to permit families to enjoy non-explosive devices.
Oh, you're using the word permit wrong. It's permit as an allowed, not permit as in a certificate that you get from the planning and zoning director. It's like, I can see that woman walking towards me, and I'm at the C, el mar. It's two different words. You're confusing the word permit, Mr. Lopez.
No, to me that's the interpretation that I have. And,
It's the English language, Mr. Lopez. I'm not going to read the English language.
That's fine. That's you might have something in mind, but the word permit is here to permit families.
Anybody, I'm sorry, but I think anybody with a grasp on the English language knows that you have to take that word in context with the sentence. You're not taking that word context in the sentence. They teach you that. Okay, so again, I'm not going to debate English.
Okay.
It's a verb and not.
Okay.